Hello there. That's the sunset, so over the field there. The camera's not picking up all the colours as much as I can see them, but still nice. It's been a nice day here. It's been a lovely day weather-wise. Enjoyed being in the garden. Planted a few bits, and I've got a few more bits to plant, but I've got to clear an area, I think, to plant these other ones, or do it bit by bit. I'm not going to rush or anything. And that's the lettuces I also got, and the tomato. I've kept those in there because in the hawthorn tree, which is there, you can just see through the window, two pigeons. They're like they're mates, I guess they're mates. Not like as in friends, but mates. When I I don't blame them. When I had the lettuces outside, they flew into that tree. I think they were waiting for a moment to have lunch. Can't blame them, can you? But I don't want them to have all my lettuces. I got to grow them a bit longer. And so I got these plants today just down the road because I saw a little sign in the village by the war memorial that there's a kind of a local group of people to do with the British Legion, and they were doing like a plant sale today, so I made a note of that the other day and went this morning and got these few plants. Had a chat with a few people that obviously really keen gardeners, they're bringing them from their own gardens, and really obviously people who've been doing it for a long time, and they knew their onions, shall we say, and and all the other plants, and anyway, and talked a bit about the British Legion and what they do. I mentioned my dad was in the army for 27 years, I think he did. But yeah, and I was chatting to this guy who was in the Navy before, and he was in the Navy. But they do, so they help people, and sometimes for when people, have difficult times, whether it might be people of a certain age or when people leave the forces and things get too much for them, and it does happen, doesn't it? And it may be that they have post-traumatic stress and things like this, PTSD, and it's difficult after what they've been through in certain places and seen and experienced. So that was not, but it's good to chat to those people. I moved some of my bulbs where they didn't really flourish last year. I took them out, and I thought, well, no point in leaving them there for another year. I'll move them where they'll be happier. So hopefully they'll be happier. Got scratched by the gooseberry bush. They're they're quite vicious, the gooseberry bush. Well, it's not a bush yet. It's quite low to the ground, but I did get some gooseberries off it last year. I think I mentioned that before in another video. But anyway, there's my socks. That was my washing for today. Socks. It doesn't take long. But yeah, I'm hoping I'll get some tomatoes from there and then lettuce from there, and I can have a tomato and lettuce sandwich. But there's also a little black currant bush to put in. Well, no, it's not a bush again, it's just a stick. Well, like a little seedling type of thing. So I don't know how long they take to grow into something bigger. But we'll soon find out. Well, we won't soon find out, it'll take a while. But those two willows there, you can just see them in silhouette. They were only about 2 foot tall when I got them a couple of years ago at this place in Langport. Look at the sun and the sky, it's nice, isn't it? Bird song. And what was I going to say? Yeah, now they're like 10 foot tall. There was a third one. I finally took it out today because it didn't sort of survive in the corner. It didn't really get going, and there's no leaves at all. And there hasn't been for about a year, but I thought I didn't want to give up on it, but I've kept one of the sticks of it. It's like a good little whip sort of thing. Not that I'm thinking of whipping anything, but it makes a nice whippy sound. Anyway, that's that, and that's the video. I think that's the video. That's the perhaps a moment of silence. The sun's going down there into the west. Hope you can hear the bird song. This is turning into an ASMR video. Anyway, have a good night and a good Sunday. Bye for now.